Hello, this is Rex, and this is the Paper Face and Eye Tracker, a wireless USB-C powered mod that adds eye and face tracking to your VRChat avatars. And at just 40 something dollars, this setup delivers incredible value. I started playing VRChat about 3 months ago. I was just a desktop player at first, but over time, I started seeing avatars with insanely expressive faces. I was mesmerized. Turns out that usually comes from eye and face tracking, like what you get from Quest Pro. The problem is, I had just gotten a Quest 3, so I started searching for the alternatives. I found out there's a whole DIY scene to this, based on open source projects like iTrack VR and Project Babel. People even sell pre-built mods online. After a bunch of digging, one name kept popping up: Paper Tracker. All my friends are using it. It's very popular. But anyway, what is it? Let's get right down to it. Paper sells both eye and face trackers. They're wireless, powered by USB-C with an infrared light and custom mounts for headsets like Quest and Picos. They come in two versions, one with the built-in battery and an OLED screen, and one without. The battery is 1600 milliamp hours and lasts around 5 to 6 hours. The OLED screen shows the battery life, IP addresses, IR brightness, and Wi-Fi signal strength. I got the left eye tracker and the face tracker, both without battery, to keep things lightweight. The mounts are 3D printed but feel solid. The face tracker attaches to the front of the headset, and the eye tracker attaches to the speaker arm. The cables on the eye tracker are designed to route between the bracket and the foam of your facial interface. That means you'll need a detachable foam interface. It's also worth mentioning that it's also compatible with the prescription lenses from another seller called Abnormal Video Games. You can snap them on magnetically. Well, mine doesn't sit completely flush, but they still work. Anyway, I was honestly surprised by the build quality. The cases are 3D printed, but feel sturdy, not that flimsy, plasticky feel you usually get. And the setup process was very streamlined. The software package auto installs everything you need: iTrack VR, Project Babel, and VRCFT. All you have to do is to connect the tracker via USB cable once to send your Wi-Fi info. After that, it connects automatically on boot up. Now, initially, I was a bit frustrated with the tracking, but after changing things up, it got a lot better. For the eye tracking, it turned out my old facial interface didn't give enough spaces for the camera to track the eye properly. Switching to another, better, compatible facial interface solved it. As for the face tracker, I had to experiment with angles and eventually found out that for the optimal experiences and tracking, the tracker needs to sit parallel to your face. And that solves everything. Once everything is dialed in, the eye tracker follows all directions, and the face tracker is natural and not jittery. For example, I can look at whatever direction I want, like this. So the tongue moves. But, however, I don't think this setup supports all expressions. For example, this setup doesn't support grinning, like this expressions. I'm not sure if it's a software problem or if it's a hardware problem. I'm not sure. But other than that, everything, whatever works very well. Okay, now let's talk about the price of the trackers. Here's the price breakdown of the Quest 3 versions. So I got the one eye tracker without the battery for $46 and the face trackers without the battery for $43. For this level of tracking, that's wildly, and I mean wildly, affordable. Now, some people have asked about the licensing issue about using open source software for a commercially available product. So, yeah, it matters. It matters a lot. And at this moment, Paper uses older versions of iTrack VR and Project Babel that allows commercial use. They are currently in talks with Project Babel of obtaining an official commercially license that will allow them to legally update to the newer and better versions of the software. I will give props to Paper for playing by the rules of open source software community, unlike some other sellers who don't, like Dreamshark, who got caught with using Babel software and claiming it's their own development, who later on issued an apology video. A quick heads up, or a caveat if you will, Paper at the moment is only sold on Taobao, and the software interface is completely in Chinese, and the updates roll out via a QQ group chat. So if you're looking to picking one up, make sure you know what you're doing, okay? Anyway, overall, I think the Paper Tracker offers incredible value for this price. If you have access to it, it's probably the best and most affordable option for eye and face tracking for VRChat right now. For more details, check out my blog post. Links in the comments below. See you guys next time. Bye bye.